Hold on. Countdown. Go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anita Lentz. We're here today to discuss the increase in child abuse due to the decrease in today's society. I am a mother of 3 and a pediatric nurse of 17 years, so I take child abuse quite seriously. I have seen many children with abuse and even witnessed some deaths. With an increase of child abuse becoming a problem with a decrease in economy, we need funds to help prevent abuse. I will validate child abuse, the statistics of abuse, along with what abuse is, the signs of it, and how to prevent it, and problem with prevention programs. So let's just start with what is child abuse. Child abuse is any physical, sexual, or emotional mistreatment or neglect of a child. Some statistics of child abuse according to the National Statistics of the United States. A child abused is mistreated and is a social problem. Every year, 3.3 million reports are made in the United States. Alone, we lose 5 children every day in the United States due to child abuse. 75% of those children are under 5. 30% of abuse children will later turn around and abuse their own children at a later date. An estimated annual cost of abuse in the United States is $124 billion. Let's go to some signs of abuse. Let's start with unexplained injuries. You will have injuries and bruises as the size of objects. Different color of bruises, that means that they are bruises in different stages of healing. You'll have a change of behavior. They'll be aggressive, distraught, very depressed, appeared anxious. They'll also return to earlier behaviors. The earlier behaviors are they'll start wetting the bed, they will suck their thumb, and also some will stop walking or even talking. They'll have fears of going home. They don't want to leave school to go home with their parent, or they don't want to go anywhere else with that parent. They'll also have change of eating habits. They will stop eating or overeat. They'll also have change of sleeping. They will have nightmares, be restless at night, so they will appear tired. When with this problem comes a change in their school performance. And in their school performance, their grades will drop. They will not even go to school at all. And then they'll have lack of personal care. They'll appear dirty, unkept, and they won't have the appropriate clothing for the time of season. The older ones will do risk-taking behaviors. Some of the risk-taking behaviors they will have is they will do drugs, alcohol, or start carrying weapons. And then later they will have inappropriate sexual behavior. And this alone is the biggest problem because that puts them at increased risk for STDs and teenage pregnancies. Some of the causes of abuse is the bad economy. Combined with the stress of economy and raising a child, factories closing, lost jobs, holidays quickly approaching are all stress put on a family. With this increased stress comes with the increase of child abuse. Most parents who abuse children are not mentally ill. They just snap, they're sleep deprived, and they're just losing everything, and it could really happen to anybody. Some ways of preventing abuse: act on your suspicion. If you think someone's being abused, even though if you don't know for sure, it's okay to report it. It's anonymous, and do what you think is right. Reach out to your neighbors. If you see a neighbor is stressed out, offer them help to babysit. Offer to do it for free. Give them a little break. Develop and sustain community programs. This will help with some prevention. And some of the prevention programs you can use are home visits, parent education, support groups, family resource centers, and school-based programs. But along with these groups come some problems with the prevention program. Financing was slashed by legislation, and there is an increase in demand for prevention of child abuse. So we have an increase of loads in our shelters and families that are dealing with abuse. So with this increase of shelters, they're having problems financing all these families. As I discussed in my speech, you now learned what child abuse is, the signs of child abuse, the statistics of child abuse, how to prevent child abuse, and things we could do in the future. Child abuse is a growing problem in our poor economy. Our government needs to step up and help increase funds to help prevention program to help decrease child abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to my speech. Just look at these faces of these children. I know it's very sad and hard to look at, but it is reality. These children are trying to tell a story, and we need to do something to help prevent that. These are all God's children, and we need to increase and call our legislation to help increase funding so we can stop and help prevent further children from getting hurt. Let's fight the abuse for children. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and God bless.